All right, let's jump into it. I'll tell the people about Sigafoose Weekly, how long you've been on it, and let's talk about what you've got out of it and why should they sign up, Louise.
All right. So Sigafoose Weekly, wow, wow. Like, why they should
Sign up.
sign up for it is there is basically there is no reason for you to not sign up for it. There is so much value in the content. It's crazy, and me and Zarek, we travel everywhere. We go everywhere, talk with students, chiropractors, and everything, and they're currently struggling at the same things, right? They are always struggling, maybe with certainty, maybe they don't have patience enough, maybe they cannot communicate enough, maybe they don't know the right procedures, maybe there's several things that always we just keep seeing over and over again. And the Sigafoose Weekly is basically a manual for you to have all these skills. Jim Sigafoose, he is a legend. Everybody had the pleasure to meet him or to listen to him. Is gonna change your life. So this Sigafoose Weekly, like the Sig Talks, is how I is how I started to get into Sigafoose. Is like as they say that you start with alcohol and marijuana, then you start to go for ecstasy, LSD. So the Sigafoose Weekly is just like adrenaline in your heart.
He's the gateway drug to philosophy.
Yes, you start with the podcast. It's amazing. You can have so much value just out of the podcast. It's crazy. But then you want to go one level higher, you sign up for the Sigafoose Weekly, which is it's insane. It's just insane. You're gonna have so much value. Your practice is gonna reach another level. And the more you listen to it, the more you do the activities that that Jim Sigafoose and the crew, they just give to you. Oh man, just keep your mind open. You're gonna achieve whatever you want to achieve so much faster, so much more efficient. It's crazy.
I feel like, and Sigafoose has said this before in his talks, whenever he's talking about studying the historical figures of chiropractic, Sigafoose would now to us be considered a historical figure in chiropractic. I never met the guy, but we learned a lot from him. And I feel like a lot of time students feel like studying these historical figures as far back as you want to go, it can disrupt their current level of thinking. It can disrupt their current paradigm. And not a lot of people want their current way of thinking to be disrupted.
Yeah.
Um, but acting within principles, regardless of what your principles are, is better for you. It's better for the chiropractic profession. And ultimately, I believe it's better for your patients. A lot of chiropractic students might not even know what their principles are yet. And this isn't just, I've said this before, this isn't just Sigafoose saying, here's what I do and here's the way you should do it too. My way is the right way. No, this is a way for you to be encouraged to find how do you want to practice chiropractic. And first of all, get that locked down. And really, you should be trying to do that as a student. What are your principles and how are you going to get them locked down and bring them to your patients whenever you graduate?
Exactly. And we get stuck on the ego. We always get stuck in the ego. I know what is best, whatever, the other person, whatever. And when you get into chiropractic, the pathway, the ego is the first thing that you had to let it go. Because, man, I'm a student, he's a student, we know. Every month or every week, our chiropractic, uh, our chiropractic structure changes. You learn some things that people were saying 100 years ago, and some the science is just saying now. So we are currently changing our procedures, our structures, and everything. And you have to keep the beginner's mind. You have to drop the ego. You have to understand that maybe it's a guy that was listening to Sigafoose since first year. At first, you'll come to you, hey, what about you do this? Just because you're fourth, fifth, a chiropractor, just, oh, you don't know anything. Just keep your mind open to listen to these people that had the knowledge. You know how many patients Jimmy Sigafoose provided care to? The guy knows anything that will possibly ever happen to you. He's been there many, 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 many times. So, and it's great that we have the chance, because how many other amazing professionals had all this this
Documented.
this memory, this lifetime documented, that it could be out of a service to you. It's crazy. So try to have that beginner's mind. Try to listen to as much as you can. And of course, the more you listen to different opinions, the more you're gonna start to develop your own. You start to create that filter, and just the things that it makes sense to you will press over the filter. But Sigafoose Weekly, it's an amazing filter improvement upgrade. Is really, really, really good.
Well, you build your patient base in student clinic, and you build your business once you graduate by teaching people. That's essentially how you do it. This shows you how do you get in touch with your principles and then teach that to people and get the message out there. And Sigafoose was saying 2,000 people a week, 15 minutes drive from the nearest town. You can't do that unless you have the communication down. And when you learn how to communicate whatever you think chiropractic is to the people and get them to get the message, you know, people say, oh, well, that wouldn't work in my town, that wouldn't work in my location. This is teaching you how to get it to work in your location. Because if he can do it, I'm sorry, but you can do it.
Exactly. Communication, connection is the base. Is the base. You need to be able to communicate. You need to be able to connect with your patients. You know, it doesn't matter how good your hands are, but if nobody knows who you are, they're not gonna give the value of the adjustment. You know, you have how many patients we heard about. You already been to this position. I've been to this position, and that we just, all right, we have this certain person, then they have like a miracles thing happen to them, their headaches has gone, or whatever thing happened to them. But if you don't explain why that happened, why they are there, what is going on at that moment, why you're delivering that force into their body, they're just like, oh, it's something that just cracked. It's like a medication. I took it once, I don't have more headache, I'm out of here. I don't need to ever come back. You need to communicate what we are doing to your patients. We need to make them understand. And there is a phrase that I don't remember who said it. When the bigger your why, the more impactful your what or your how, right? When the patient gets the why they are there, why chiropractic works, why they should be under care, they will do whatever it needs to be done to come to you. They will travel 2 hours. They will pay whatever you're asking. They will put chiropractic or put their health in such a higher priority in compensation. The people that don't explain, they just, okay, you come, I adjust you, you can go back. Oh, you don't feel range of motion is better. Okay, see you next time, and the patient will never come back, right? Make them understand why they're coming and make them feel loved, because the disconnection that we're suffering nowadays is huge. Stop, listen, not all the symptoms and all the stuff, all the disease and everything. No, but try to listen from a place of empathy, right? And connect with the patient. Just listening, make them understand about their own body, about their own health. You're already adjusting 50% without even touching them. So
yeah, oftentimes, especially with the way sometimes school can teach us, is a lot of people at our level, they're looking for the diseases, and people are like, oh, what's wrong with you? What can I do to fix you? This is looking for, okay, the interruption. I'm not here to fix your symptoms. We're going to find where your nervous system isn't functioning optimally. I'm going to clear that system, and then we're going to get out of the way, and your body knows exactly what to do with that information. Once they get that, if you can make it clear right from the word go at the the new patient orientation, whatever you want to call it, we call it a charla, you might call it a health talk, you might call it your first visit, you get the idea. That's almost like your barrier, not a barrier, a filter. And you say, here's what I do, here's what I don't do. If that resonates with you, and I say this in my talk, I'm like, if that resonates with you and you want to come and see me at the student clinic, that's great. I'm really happy to look after you. If not, if it doesn't resonate with you and you're not for it, it's okay. Like, you can walk away. At least you know what chiropractic is, and you didn't lose much time, you didn't lose any money. But if you're in, then you're in. And then by the time that they come to see you, they know exactly what you do, what you don't do. But that doesn't just necessarily mean that that's them educated forever. This is something that you're going to have to come back to over and over. Sometimes you might adjust someone, and although I don't want it to happen, their symptoms might get worse for a period of time. I hope that they all get better, but whenever that day comes that someone gets worse, how are you going to explain it to them? How are you going to say, okay, well, understand that your nervous system hasn't been working in the optimal way for quite some time. There's going to be some changes. There's going to be a process that we have to go through, and it's when those moments come, and they haven't for us yet, because we're right. That's why I think it's cool that we're documenting this now, because one day we can look back on this when we know all these things and we're clear on these things. But this is us now just setting the foundations, and we haven't really experienced this yet. It's going to be funny watching this back whenever we have experienced it many times. But getting it clear to the patient what you do, what you don't do right from the start, and then learning how to teach them during the course of their care, which is hopefully for a lifetime.
Exactly. Transparency, honesty. When you go to seek other healthcare providers, they always trying to say, oh yeah, everything's fine, but they don't give you the transparency. They don't give you the honesty. They don't tell you exactly what is happening and why it's happening. I think we should give that to the patients. Hey, I'm not here to focus on your lower back. I'm not here to focus because can you focus on the lower back? Can you know more than the body? I'm going to deliver an adjustment in this segment with this vector, because this is going to affect the muscles, the fibers are going to go upper to the cortex, and when it comes down to this determined pathway, it's going to activate the amino acids of the proteins that is going to release. No, it's not like that. Right? So you tell them what to do. You remove interference from the system. That's it. And with the system free of interference, everything's going to be all right. Boom. Be transparent to the patient. Tell them what to do and what not to do. And be patient. How many times, how long have you taken to understand what is chiropractic? For you to be able to explain to somebody else. Me? Wow, it took a long time. My entire first year in BCC, it was for me trying to figure out my chiropractic vision, how to explain to people. And there's a lot of people that I go and talk with, students or chiropractors, what is chiropractic? And they say like, They don't have, that definition or their vision ready right away. So how can a patient have that, right? Take your time, keep repeating, keep giving different points of view, make them understand the story behind it, not a simple concept, like the concept, but with the story behind it, not just like word by word, repeat what the doctor said, boom. No, give them this chiropractic knowledge, and they will create their own version of chiropractic in a way, because that's it. We all have our own version of chiropractic, right? We all explain chiropractic in a different way. That's what makes us unique, and that's the same with the patient. So be patient, and keep educating them, keep providing information to them, because sometimes the click comes right in the first visit, sometimes the click comes 1 year after, but it still is 1 year. They still keep coming to you. So inside this 1 year, keep educating them, keep remembering them what is happening inside their body and why you're doing what you do.
So we spoke a lot about the communication when the patient comes in, and that's kind of more from the patient's perspective. Like in my talk, I have a part where I'll say, look, I hope I can get rid of your symptoms. That would be nice. But if that's all you care about and you just want to get rid of the symptoms, honestly, maybe you should just go to the medical doctor, because they can do it much better than I. They can give you a cream, or they can give you a purple pill, or they can give you a shot up the ass. And they'll be able to, or as I'll say as well, if you don't want to have symptoms, down a bottle of vodka and a box of tramadol, and I guarantee that you won't have any symptoms. And you're educating them that way. And you don't have to necessarily do it that way. That's just things that I've picked up during my journey, and you can communicate to them that way during the orientation talk and during the course of their care. But another good part of the Sigafoose weekly program that I want to talk about is It's really good at getting the history of chiropractic and teaching you about the historical figures. This isn't a business program. This isn't business and communication and we're going to give you some scripts. It's not that is an element of it. And yes, you can get help with that a lot. But also it's good at getting a very general base and foundation about chiropractic philosophy. For instance, there'll be a segment on BJ, right? So BJ said that there's 3 kinds of chiropractors. Type A is you lie them down and you can just get a couple of cracks and you're like, okay, I mobilized it a little bit, I got some cracks, the adjustment's done. The next is one where they try and find the area of subluxation and they're moving the bone from A to B. The bone is here, I'm going to move it here and hopefully you're going to feel better. Then you've got the next one, type C, down the line, which is they're finding the primary subluxations and they're finding the specific thrust that needs to be done. And before they do that, they're visualizing the bone moving. And it's not moving A to B. It's I'm putting the force in there and then I'm coming off. And innate intelligence is going to do with that force what needs to be done. And innate is what moves the bone, not me. And I am very type B at the minute. And this is me. I'm the Sigafoose boy. I'm like I moved the bone and it does the healing. In my mind, it's very A to B, and now I'm progressing and I'm saying, okay, well, yes, I'm trying to be as specific as I possibly can with that segment. I'm not just going to try and crack every bone in your body, but I'm still wrapping my head around that. Okay, I'm going to put the force in there, and it's innate that moves the bone where I want it to go. And it's things like that. It's not just, okay, learn these scripts. It's getting you to think about what is chiropractic and what was BJ trying to tell us and what do the green books say. And if you've read the green books, then good luck. But this is a way for you to get what he was trying to say. Sigafoose has kind of translated it into normal people language so that people like me can understand it. And he's given that to you in a nice little package.
Dude, it's just so much value. It's a lot of value. All right, if you decide, all right, I want to go one step further, I want to get the program, I want to get Sigafoose Weekly, do it. But don't do it just to have it. If you're gonna do it, commit to it. It doesn't matter how much knowledge do you get every day or every week. How many people to talk with, how many books you read, how many YouTube videos you watch, whatever we are always getting this amount of knowledge every single day. But do you remember everything that happened to you last week or all the books that you read? No, because you're not put into action. Use it or lose it. So if you're gonna get Sigafoose Weekly, all right, get it, but with every episode, take notes from it. Rehearse to yourself what you're gonna do it. Be active on your learning and put those things into practice. Just don't, all right, I listen to it once I'm in the gym, but I forget it after 2 hours. That's not that good. But not only to the Sigafoose Weekly, to everything in your life, right? Learn with the sake of teaching somebody else, so then you get to learn it twice, right?
That's where he's very good, because you pass it on to everyone.
Yeah, and so please be active on your learning. If you're gonna get Sigafoose Weekly, please be active. Start practice what you are learning, right? Be active on it. That's it.
All right, and just to wrap up, if you've got this far, I'm sure you know there's 2 ways that you can get access to Sigafoose Weekly. You can subscribe to it. It's $90 a month, and all this content will be drip fed to you over time. However, if you're still watching this before the end of the month, August, if you're watching this before the end of August, you can buy the whole thing. If you're a student, it's €250. If you're a DC, it's €1,000.
250 euros. 250 euros if you're a student. What are you doing? What are you doing?
Well, it's because they don't know. They don't know what it is. That's why I'm trying.
All right, so I'm telling you, what are you doing? It's 250 euros for this amount of knowledge. It's crazy. Or it's like BMW, hey, we have a promotion. Come to our store and you get the brand new BMW for $250 fucking dollars. I cannot say if I can say fucking, but yeah.
On my channel, you can say
okay, I can say it. What are you doing? Because with that program, you can have 250 BMWs, right? So use your money. This is $1,000. $1,000. You pay $1,000 for a seminar of 3 days, and you get enough content for basically your 10x 10 years. What are you doing? So
I get it, right? I'm a student. 250 euros is a lot of money. 250 euros, I can go to a weekend seminar and I can learn, you know, a new technique or whatever. Maybe not a whole new technique, but you know what I mean. I can go to a weekend seminar. With this, okay, you don't get to go to the weekend seminar, but you have that content for your life, and it's like a gym membership. It's something that you can keep using all the time. This isn't going to solve all of your problems in chiropractic and philosophy and communication the same way that eating a salad once isn't going to solve all your health problems. But this is something that you can do day to day, month to month, year to year, and it develops you, and you're getting the whole thing for 250 euros. For me, it's a no-brainer. I just think that a lot of people don't know what it is. That's why if you can share this video to someone that maybe you think is, especially people that are struggling with these aspects, oftentimes you'll see that as well. The people that actually buy it are the ones that are already involved in it, and they've found their way and they know what to do. The people that really should be buying it are the ones that are almost afraid to buy it because it challenges the way that they think. You can talk to me. I work closely with Sigafoose Weekly. You can also speak to Luizz. He's been an avid member for maybe 6 months now, so he knows what he's talking about. Contact me, contact him, contact Kerry Sigafoose. You have until the end of August 2019. You get the whole thing for 250 euros. And if you're watching past that, you can still subscribe for $90, which is still a really good deal. Anything you want to say to wrap up?
Yes. All right. So, I had something that I really want to say. Yes, if you found this information useful, right? If you found this video useful, there is any value, please share it. If you cannot explain chiropractic, if you cannot explain what is Sigafoose Weekly to somebody, just share this video, just send this video in their private box. Because, as he said, the people that needs the most don't even know that this exists. Right? All right, you know your philosophy, you know everything, boom, 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 everything good. All right, but chiropractic is not only you. Chiropractic is not only me or Zarak. All these people that don't have this content, all these people that don't have the philosophy, all these people that don't understand this side of chiropractic, they're out there. They're gonna be the ones that has to back us up if something bad happens. Hopefully not, but this is our core workers. This is our colleagues of profession. So how do you want, what kind of colleagues of profession do you want to have, right? Let's make sure we can elevate everybody that we can. Spread this around your students. Spread this around your fellow chiropractors, friends and everything. Not only the ones that you're BFS with, everybody. Everybody should deserve at least that this kind of content exists. That's it.
All right. RCDluizz, thank you very much. See you next time.